We're now going to look at scales. So a scale is basically an order of notes that come one after the other, either ascending or descending. What notes are used and what's sharpened or flattened determine what key we're going to be playing in. Now we're not going to focus too much on the theoretical side. I don't want you to worry that we're going to be swamped down with loads of theory work in these early stages of learning how to play the guitar. But what we can do is utilise them for their shapes, which adds more technique to our playing. And also for the latter part of this course, we're going to be making our own music. We're going to use the chords that we've learned throughout this process, and we're going to choose our own order for them. And then from one of these scales that we learn, we're going to be able to create our own lead music over the top, knowing that every note we play is going to sound in tune with the chords that we've chose. So even if we don't understand the complete ins and outs of what's happening theoretically, we wouldn't be able to go and break down and explain every aspect of that theoretical side of things. We know shapes and areas of the guitar that we can play that are going to work with the chords that are underneath them, and we can make some lovely lead music. So the first scale that's worth mentioning is the chromatic scale. You might also hear this referred to as the mother scale. This is basically every note that exists on the guitar, every note that we use in Western music. And it's from these notes that we build our chords. As we choose our keys, we make our scales. So we can start this on any string, but I'm going to start, just to give an example, on the A string. And this is going to detail every note that exists on this guitar, but we're starting from A. So we play the open A, that's our A note. When we place that on the first fret, that is A sharp. We slide up, it becomes B. Now, most transitions have a sharp in between them, but B to C and E to F, for the purposes of our understanding now, don't have that sharp, and if you were coming down, they don't have the flat. So when I go from B to C, no sharp in between those. The next one would be C sharp, then D, then D sharp, then E. Now this is the other place in our scale, in our chromatic scale, there is no sharp in between this jump. We go straight from E to F. So B to C and E to F have no sharp in between. We then go to F sharp, then G, one more fret is G sharp, and then we get to A again on the 12th fret. We have now travelled what's called an octave. We have gone from a lower version of A up to its next pitch, its higher version of A, and that's occurred on the 12th fret. Now when we're working up through our chromatic scale, the progression, because we're ascending, is sharp. If I was to work my way back down when I'm descending, we're going to start to refer to flats. So this 12th fret that is currently an A, when I move backwards, I go down, I descend, that becomes A flat. When I was working my way up, that was G sharp, that note, but because we're coming backwards, we now call it flat, A flat. We go back one more, we get to G, we go back one more, we're at G flat, we flatten it again, and we've got to F, we flatten it again, and there's no flats this time in between, the same as there was no sharp on the way up, so we go straight from F to E. We flatten again, we've got E flat, then D, D flat, C. Here is where we don't have that in-between bit, we don't have the sharp or flat, so we jump straight to B, then B flat, and then we're back to the open A. So we can now utilise the stretching exercise we did earlier and add these notes to that exercise so we're aware of exactly what note we're playing. So earlier we did our stretching exercise on the first string. This time if I did it on that A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, back to the A. Now you can start that chromatic scale on any of these strings. If I played it on the D, I would just start from D in the chromatic scale. So I go D, D sharp, E, jump to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. So it's just to start to get an understanding of where our notes are occurring and appearing on the fretboard. So that covers all the notes that are in existence up and down the neck of the guitar. We're now going to show you how you take certain orders of those notes, to create a key of music.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please think about giving us a little like and a subscribe. And if you want to go further, remember you can hit those links in the description and you'll get access to the full courses. I hope you're feeling confident and creative, and I'll hopefully see you in one of the larger courses one day. Or for now, just have a little scout around on the YouTube channel and see what else you can find. Take care.